Welcome to Class Soulmates from the Honest Academy. My name is Justice. So, in this class, we're going to be drafting an off-the-shoulder sleeve. Off-the-shoulder sleeve. A lot of persons, actually, it's a special request from someone, so I decided to make it in form of a class for everyone to benefit from. So, for us to draft our off-the-shoulder sleeve, we need the depth of our armhole. And to get the depth of our armhole, we're going to be dividing our bust into 12 plus 1 inch. If the bust is 40, we divide it by 12. Whatever it gives us, we're going to add 1 inch to it. Now, in this case, our bust divided by 12 plus 1 is going to give us 4.3. So I'm going to mark from the edge of the paper that I'm using. If you're drafting on your fabric, we're going to have 4.3, right? And I'll mark this 4.3 across, like so, all right? Then I'm going to get the length of the sleeve that I want, wherever I want the sleeve to be. Here, I want to use 12 inches for the sleeve. The length of the sleeve, I'm going to be marking 12 inches. This is very easy to understand if you pay attention. So I'll have 12 inches as the depth of the length of the sleeve. Now you can add your hemming allowance, but we're just taking the exact measurement the way it is. Okay, so now that I have this, to get the size of the off shoulder that we want, we're going to be using this method, getting our round shoulder measurements and our round upper bust measurements. You're going to see the picture of how to take the upper bust measurements, the round upper bust measurements, and our entire round shoulder measurements. Okay, I hope the picture is clear. So once we have this, the round of the round shoulder measurements here is 44, and the round upper bust measurement is 36. So we're going to be minusing 36 from 44. Okay, so that is going to give us 4 inches. Now coming to the edge of this paper, I'm going to mark, that is going to give us 8 inches, right? And we're going to divide 8 inches into 2. Okay, and that will give us 4 inches. So the 4 inches is what I'll mark from the edge here to wherever it stops. This is the 4 inches that I've marked here. Okay, now on our armhole line, we are going to get the size of our armhole, which I'm using 9 inches according to my round armhole. I think I've marked this before. And the size of the fabric, um what is it called, elbow, I'm using 13 inches divided by 2. So round arm is 18 divided by 2, which gave me 9. Round elbow divided by 2, and that gave me 6.5. Okay, so I'm going to use my curve to connect this 4 inches here to my measurements here. Now remember, I've not added seam allowance or stitching allowance. Okay, I've not added. When you're cutting on the fabric, you can add, but if you're cutting directly on your fabric, you can add your seam allowance at the same time. At this point, half an inch, then at this point you can add 1 inch. So I'm going to place my curve this way. Now when you're connecting this part, don't make it too curvy, okay, so that it doesn't become tight on you. Don't make it too curvy. So I'm going to connect like so. Let it be a bit slant. So I'm going to connect it this way. Now I can use a straight line or even a curved line, depending on which one is okay for you, and connect on this part. Okay, you see the way it goes. So this is my off shoulder sleeve. At this part, front and back, I'm going to fix to the armhole, and this is the round armhole under the arm. Okay, so here you can add 1 inch seam allowance, and on this part 1/2 inch seam allowance, and even at the top if you're for turning it with lining or with strap. We're going to talk about the strap later if you're going to be making a strap. Okay, so this is our off shoulder sleeve. I do not want to cut this paper. I want to use it to illustrate something else, but I hope you understand something from this class. So I'll be showing you another method that you can use to get your off shoulder sleeve. I hope this makes sense to you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. We have lots of goodies, lots of videos, beneficial videos that are coming your way very soon. Shoulder sleeve is suitable for people who are using free hand. So if you are using free hand for your off shoulder, you need to sit down and watch this method of the off shoulder. Okay, so when you're making your off shoulder with free hand, or even if you're making it on paper, but then you did something like this, -5 or -4 or -4.5, like so, before marking your bust level, your under bust, and all the rest of them. Okay, this is a method of drafting. If you're using freehand, you should be familiar with this. So if you did something like -4, -4.5, -5, we are going to be drafting an off shoulder sleeve for this method. So once you do something like this, we're going to take whatever it is that is minus. Let's say it's -4. Okay, so we're going to put the -4 here. It's going to serve as our sleeve, as our off shoulder, the depth, the size of our off shoulder sleeve. So we're going to mark the -4 here. Now if you're using a free hand and you measured your armhole depth and it is 9 inches that you want to use, we've already minus 4 inches by doing this. So let's say this is where your armhole is, 9 inches, before your bust measurements or bust depth, which is 11 inches maybe, and your under bust 14.5 as an example. We've already minus 4 inches, so whatever is remaining, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will be 5 inches. So the depth of your armhole from here is going to be 5 inches and no longer 9 inches. Okay, so at this point now, you're now going to insert your armhole level. So at this point here, at this level, you're now going to insert your round armhole, or round arm, or shoulder divided by 2 plus 1/2 inch, whatever it is, you're going to mark it here. Okay, now you take the length of your sleeve, which we're going to be taking at 9 inches, a short sleeve. This is the depth, and then we're going to connect. Like I said, don't make it too curvy. Don't make it too curvy. If you make it too curvy, it's going to be tight on your armhole. This is the reason why most armholes, you find it difficult to raise your hand. Okay, and then we can take the size of our arm, whatever it is. Let's say it's 14 since it's high, and then we connect. Okay, so this is what we have if we're using this method of freehand, what is it called, off shoulder. Okay, freehand off shoulder, this is what you're going to get. If here is too curvy, you find it difficult to raise your hand up. I keep saying it. Now at this point, it's also important that you take your blouse that you've joined, you can measure it to know what is here so that you know what exactly to fix at this point for you not to have any form of shortage. That also works very well. Okay, and also here, now if you're going to be adding a strap on this part, if you're going to be adding a strap to it, you can decide to minus the size of the strap. If you don't want it to extend more, you can minus the size of the strap and then use it to create the strap that you're going to be adding to this sleeve before joining to your blouse. All right, I hope this method is understood. Thank you for watching Soulmate. Please subscribe to our channel. In our next video, we're going to be seeing how to draft an off-shoulder blouse and also an off-shoulder strap. So thank you and practice what you've learned. Subscribe to see you.